The fur was beige in color, and it walked on all four legs. The coat was pretty patchy, missing clumps of fur and having bald spots. It smelled really bad, like a rotting roadside corpse. I haven't heard many first-hand accounts of Native American skinwalkers, so I thought I'd share my own chilling experience. It happened during the summer of 2007, while I was working the night shift at a surface coal mining facility in San Juan County, New Mexico. Back then, I drove one of those massive coal hauling trucks, the kind that requires a small climb just to get into the cab. I had just finished my pre-shift inspection when I noticed the radiator was leaking. I called my supervisor, and he told me to drive the truck over to the shop. The shop was about 6 miles north of the coal pits, tucked deep in a remote section of the Navajo reservation. I made the drive to the shop and radioed the foreman. He told me to park the truck on the south side of the building. I did as instructed, lowered the ladder, and climbed down. I wanted to check how much coolant was left in the radiator, so I dropped the rear ladder and climbed into the engine compartment. The leak was worse than I expected. As I was climbing back down, that's when I saw it. Something I truly believe was a skinwalker. It was the most disturbing thing I have ever laid eyes on. Roughly 200 feet away, something was moving among the other mining equipment. At first glance, it looked like a massive dog. Its fur was a sickly beige color, and it walked on all fours, but its body was all wrong. The coat was mangy, patchy, with chunks of fur missing, revealing raw, bald skin beneath. The stench coming off it was unbearable, like decaying roadkill left out in the sun for days. It saw me, and it started coming toward me. I pulled out my flashlight, and that's when I noticed something deeply unnatural. Its eyes didn't reflect the light. They were pitch black, empty, and void of life. Its head moved in a strange bobbing motion as it crept closer. It was huge. Its head reminded me of a bull mastiff, which was my first thought. Some oversized, sick, desperate dog. It got within 20 feet of me. I reached for my pocket knife, ready to defend myself if this thing tried anything. I began walking slowly and carefully toward the shop, never taking my eyes off of it. It followed, mirroring every step I took. But it didn't move like a normal animal. Its movements were jerky, unnatural, almost like it was struggling to remember how to walk like a dog. I made it about 150 yards to the shop. The thing never closed the distance but kept following, keeping just far enough away. When I reached the shop doors, it stopped, right at the edge of the driveway, like it was hesitating to enter. I rushed inside and told the shop foreman there was a freakish-looking dog outside. We went back out together just in time to see it slowly walk away and disappear around the corner of the building. Moments later, my supervisor drove around that same corner. I asked him if he had seen that thing. He looked confused, said he didn't see a thing. I was stunned. I told him he had to have seen it. He had just come from the exact direction it went. I described everything I'd witnessed, and my supervisor didn't hesitate. That was a skinwalker, he said. From that moment on, he had me ride with him for the rest of the night shift. During our rounds, he shared some of his own terrifying experiences from working at the mine. That night opened my eyes to a world I didn't know existed. Since then, I haven't encountered anything like it again, but I've seen strange lights floating in the distance around the mining area. They make no sound, and they vanish without a trace. And every time I see those lights, I remember the black eyes.